Call to order the meeting of the Pasadena Independent School District Board of Trustees in regular session on Tuesday, October 24th, 2023 in the boardroom of the Administration Building, 3920 Mickey Gilley Boulevard, Pasadena, Texas at 5:30 p.m. Board members present, Mr. Marshall Kendrick, Miss Vicki Morgan, she's in the back, Miss Crystal Davila, Mr. Kenneth Fernandez is going to be late, Miss Paola Gonzalez, and me, Casey Phelan. Board members absent, Miss Snelda Sullivan. Let the record indicate that a quorum of board members is present, that this meeting is duly called, and that notice of this meeting was posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551. The invocation will be given by Mr. Kendrick, and the pledges given by Ms. Davila.
Well, we come to you today on this beautiful day to celebrate the success of what's going on. The ability that has been provided shows what this city is about. Pray for our schools, our teachers, our parents, and all the employees as they work hard every day. Without their help, passing bond issues would not allow us to be there. Pray for our country. We pray for those in Israel. We pray for your people. Well, we pray that you be with all. We know that conflict happens, but
flag of the United States of America, the republic for which it stands. Flag. I pledge allegiance.
Have no public comments at this time, so we're going to adjourn to closed session pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551.074 for the purpose of considering the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment duties, discipline or dismissal of a public officer or employee, or to hear complaints of charges against a public officer or employee unless the individual who is the subject of deliberation or hearing requests a public hearing concerning matters related to the superintendent's recommendations to hire administrative personnel and or the superintendent's recommendations related to renewals, non-renewals, and terminations of contracts for professional personnel. 551.071 to consult with district attorneys concerning matters on which the attorney's duty to the district under the Code of Professional Responsibility clearly conflicts with the Texas Open Meetings Act to seek the advice of its attorneys about pending or contemplating litigation or a settlement offer and or the consider legal advice regarding items specifically listed on the agenda. 551.072 for the purpose of discussing purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property. We'll reconvene at 7. We're going to reconvene in open session at 7 p.m. We're going to go straight to special recognition.
So, board members, we're excited to have with us tonight our own mayor, Jeff Wagner of the city of Pasadena, who's going to share a few words with you. So we'll ask him. He's going to be our first speaker ever at that podium.
Honor this is. I guess this is working. Is it working? Well, thank you for allowing me to be here. Again, being the first person to ever speak here, I appreciate that. There'll be no complaints, so I'll be one of the best speakers probably of the night. Just I'll handle business very well. Anyway, it's my honor to be mayor of Pasadena. It's also my honor to be friends of our school district. Since I've taken office, we've done nothing but great things together, and I never see that ever changing. And it's because of the members of this board, and Dr. Powell, you also. You're one of the leaders that we can all look up to, and we thank the school board for making sure that you are the superintendent. Because I know this. I travel throughout the state of Texas, and I can tell you this. Our school district, I can't even say our city, but our school district is the best in the state. These men and women go the extra step to make sure our students have everything plus that they need, and it's my honor. I have a proclamation here. I'm not going to read all the great things on here because it's not necessary, but I will say this. The most important part, I believe, is this. I, Jeff Wagner, Mayor of the City of Pasadena, do hereby proclaim Tuesday, October 24th, 2023, as Pasadena Independent School District Day. And besides that, we have a key of the city in with the proclamation. And what that represents is one thing, our partnership. And again, thank you for that. Thank you for being who you are. God bless y'all. God bless everybody in this room. God bless all our teachers, and especially all our students. Thank y'all so much.
What a great partnership.
Behave yourself. Thank you.
We got a key to the city and an awesome partnership with a great city. So we're excited. We have board members, another recognition tonight. I know you're excited to hear about this one. 2 of our Pasadena Memorial High School art students who performed perfectly on their advanced placement exam. That's a very elite category to be in. As you know, advanced placement exams are scored on a scale from 1 to 5, so receiving a 5 is very uncommon. Both students are here tonight, and they're among an elite group of students in the world who earned every point possible on their exam. These accomplishments are a direct reflection of the quality of art education offered at Pasadena Memorial High School, and thanks to their teacher, Mr. Alex Alvarez. Is he here tonight? Let's congratulate him first. So while he's shaking hands, I'll just read that our students tonight have selected a piece from their portfolio for you to view in person. Our first student is one of 337 in the world to receive a perfect score in 2D design, and his name is Jared Martinez.
Dr. Powell, I wanted to note that Jared Martinez is actually in the Kansas City Art Institute, so he couldn't be here with us today, but his brother Alex is here to accept on his behalf.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you for being here. And as y'all know, board members, Gabriel Flores is over our visual arts program here in the district and does so many other things in our fine arts department. He's amazing. And I just stole his thunder because he's supposed to say everything after I introduce Gabriel Flores. I'm excited. This is our first meeting in the new building. Am I doing okay? I'm nervous too. Okay. Well, do you want me to continue? Okay. Our second student tonight, who's one of 308 students worldwide to receive a perfect score in drawing exam, is Tai Nguyen. Did I get that close? No. Okay. Help me out. Tu Nguyen. Let's hear it for Tu Nguyen. She's awesome. So, Mr. Flores, why don't you introduce the amazing parents? So I'll let you come up and do that, since I stole the whole script. Did he have a PowerPoint that I messed up too? All right.
He's about to switch over to it.
Okay, good.
I
We're
just
working out
also,
the kinks.
I just also wanted to mention that Mr. Alvarez and the team at Pasadena Memorial High School Art and his students were the team that put together those beautiful watercolors for you guys of 1515 Cherry Brook. So I also wanted to recognize him and his team for that, and the people over at Memorial High School. Will the parents of Tu Nguyen and Jared Martinez please stand and be recognized?
Parents here. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry about that. I'll settle down here.
You give her a new building, and this is what happens.
It's exciting. It's exciting. So thank you, board members. That's what we have for you this evening. There's amazing things going on across the district. We had Memorial's band place in the top 10, which is exciting news. All of our bands did amazing at competition. We had a little girl at Dobie today run cross country, and she's qualified for state. So it's top 4, but the list goes on and on. But I'll stop there for the purpose of getting through the meeting.
Thank you. I have a motion on the consent agenda. Motion by Ms. Morgan,
Second.
second by Mr. Kendrick. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Personnel section.
I move that we approve the personnel section, and it makes me very proud.
Go ahead.
Is
Yes,
it
ma'am.
on? Okay. Mr. President, I move that we approve addenda items A through C.
Motion by Ms. Gonzalez. Have a second? Second by Ms. Davila.
Oh, take the vote.
All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
All right, congratulations. I'd like to present Yvette Moreno. Oh. Ms. Moreno has been approved for the position of counselor at Frank Dobie 9 High School. Congratulations. Do you have any family or friends here today? Awesome. Estela Dominguez, are you here today? Congratulations. Dominguez has been approved for the position of social worker for the Special Programs Department. Congratulations. Do you have any family or friends here? Congratulations. And Tara McGrew.
Yes.
Been approved for the position of Assistant Director of Maintenance. Congratulations. Do you have any family or friends here? Great. Happy to have you. Congratulations.
I'd like to invite everybody, if you want to stay, you can stay, but if you only wanted to be here to watch your loved ones be named, you're more than welcome to stay if you want to, but you can go as well. We'll give you a few minutes to go. Just a little FYI, when you go outside, if anybody needs to use the restrooms, they're right outside towards the glass doors. So we'll give you all a few minutes to get out.
To get out. But you don't need to leave. April want to set up?
We're going to move on to the certified personnel and the support personnel. It's for information only. And we're going to slide down to the educational section.
We have board members a presentation by April Wisdale, our Chief Nursing Officer, and she's going to spotlight our See to Succeed, one of the many great things she's involved with here in the district.
Dr. Powell, board members, thank you for giving me some time to speak to you. It seems like forever ago during an open comments, I came and asked you to give us the ability to make our magic. This is one of those magical things we do. Succeed is a critical partnership. 80% of all learning in the classroom is visual. When they look at children who are struggling with literacy, 60% have an undiagnosed vision issue. That's whopping to think of our children not being able to see. See to Succeed is both a public and private partnership. We get together and we make sure all school-age children who have a visual deficit that hasn't been met has an opportunity to get the glasses they need so they can be successful here in Pasadena. It's a huge undertaking. It starts with the school nurse. The school nurse in this district, we screen over 27,000 kids a year for vision deficits. Of those, we hit about the nation average. About 40% of our kids have to go on for a second screening. So once they fail once, we screen again. If they fail again, or if they have an obvious vision issue, then we refer. We send a letter home to mom and dad, and we say, hey, your child needs to go get examined. If the student is examined by an eye care professional, fabulous, we've done what we need to do. Unfortunately, that's not always the case. So the next step is case management. We send multiple letters. We call home. We ask mom, why didn't you go? Can we help? We have VSP vouchers so that kids can go get a free eye exam. We do everything we can to make sure that there are no barriers because, again, 80% of learning is visual. If they still haven't been able to use one of the opportunities we give them, that's when See to Succeed comes into play. We start looking at those kiddos who never went and got care, and we hand them the packet. It's a permission slip, it's a field trip, and we sell it as a lot of fun, and our kids will tell you it's a great, fun day. There's a lot of partnerships that have to go into this. The biggest one is the Lions Club. I wish Amber and Elise were here because Amber and Elise are our PE and wellness folks, and they spearhead the Walk for Sight. The Walk for Sight raises funds for the Lions Club to pay for all of these programs, including the VSP programs. Every nurse gets a membership paid for so she can get those vouchers to give to the kids. Totally free eye exams, totally free glasses. They also give money to the Lions, who then in turn say, we'll pay for transportation. That's where Robert Stock comes into play. Robert Stock and his team, Bernadette, we're on the phone with them saying, we need a whole lot of buses. Then we start calling poor Rupert Hasso and all his people. We need coaches because they have licenses. So we need buses, we need drivers, and we need the community because we go to Campbell Hall. We have to have a place to do this. We are one of 2 districts in the entire area that See to Succeed come to us because we are such strong partners with them. The Houston Health Department takes this initiative. They bring eye doctors, logistics, they bring everybody to us so that we can orchestrate a week-long endeavor of getting our kids into this program. Historically, we take anywhere from 1,400 to 1,800 in 1 week, and this is for comprehensive eye exams. First, we get their permission slips and we get them on the bus. And we tell them this is going to be a fun day. You're going to be with your friends. A lot of our children have never had an experience with a provider. So they're afraid. They don't know what's going to happen. When you say you're going to go to the eye doctor, they hear the word doctor. And what do doctors do? Shots. Nobody wants to go to the doctor. So they get with their friends and we go to Campbell Hall. This is the first step. One of our many partners, San Jacinto Community College, brings their optometry students and they do a rescreen of all of the kids we brought. After they go through there, there's multiple stations and every child rotates through every station. Measurements are taken. They don't just look, can you see the board? They look, are your eyes balanced? Are they even? Can you see close? Can you see far? This is a complete comprehensive examination, including dilation if needed, at zero cost to our parents. So not only do they not have to take a day off of work to go to the eye doctor, they don't have to pay. They don't have to worry about Medicaid, CHIP, insurance. It's free. We just have to get that permission slip to get them there. They go through just like if you were at a high-dollar eye doctor. Every piece of equipment is there. Their eyes are measured over and over. As they go through, See to Succeed has volunteers every step of the way to make sure we don't lose anybody because we've got a lot of kids. but they're there and they're telling the kids, here's where you're going to go next, there's where you're going to go next. One of the best parts is once they have their prescription, they pick out their own glasses, the frames they want, the colors they want, the shape they want. If they want hot pink, they get hot pink. Sometimes when mom and dad are there, they're not getting hot pink. This is probably one of the happiest parts of the whole thing. After they pick out their frames, they take measurements to make sure those frames fit perfectly, that the refraction is where it needs to be. And then they go to the campus and they deliver the glasses. The last thing they do is they try those glasses on the kiddos and check their eyeballs one more time. So we're helping our kids be successful in this arena. When you think about this, they're a big partnership. They've served over 100,000 children in our area. And this year, when they served child number 100,000, it was at our house. It was at our house. And this is what it looked like. It was a huge celebration. And we celebrate that, wow, look at all we're doing, because we're adults and we know that the kids need these glasses or they're not going to be successful. But what's more important is, what do the kids see? The kids see a community all coming together, all walks of life, volunteers, paid professionals, their teacher, their PE coach. They see all of us as trying to help them be successful. And I could talk forever, but these are what our kids say. One of them said, it feels like a whole other universe because I can see everything so clear. A common thread, I was nervous. I see that all the time. But then I was happy and excited to get my glasses, and they were impatient. They wanted those glasses. They were happy. Some children said I was proud. Some people said I felt so proud. Some people said I felt so pretty. One of the biggest things I saw in almost every letter, though, is I was nervous or I was scared, but my friend was with me. So the fact that they're with their friends, really, when I tell you this is an amazing partnership, you all should come out for at least just a half a day just to see the magic, because we really do work in the best district in the world. Their experience, they were nervous, but they had a friend. When their glasses arrived, it was exciting, and they were kind of nervous. The kids love this, and they can see better. They like the field trip. They like being able to see. And it's more than just a pair of glasses. I wish I could tell you that when we get the glasses, that's the end. However, every year that we've done this, they find a critical need. Because we have ophthalmologists and optometrists, they're doing comprehensive eye exams. I want you to understand what they're finding. So what happened was she ended up spending 3 days in the neurology unit until they could correct her eyesight. Although there's a lot I'm very proud of, this is one of the best. Do you have any questions? Thank you for giving me your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
We have one more spotlight from our advanced academics, and we're going to ask Tom Lee, our Director of Advanced Academics, to come forward.
Here we go. Good evening. It's my privilege this evening to present to you a spotlight on our district's Advanced Academics Department. Our programs serve a diverse population of students, providing children enrichment opportunities and fostering the development of their intellectual and creative abilities. We would like to share our general program data as part of our annual review. The state of Texas recommends that at least 5% of the student population should be identified as needing gifted and talented services. Our campuses worked hard to improve and streamline the GT identification process. Approximately 2,500 students were referred to GT services, and our district percentage increased from 5.5% in 2021 to 6.9% in 2022 to 8.0% in 2023. And this exceeds the state's average of 6% and Region 4's average of 5% for school districts that serve mainly economically disadvantaged students. With more students identified as GT, it's crucial for our teachers to have the appropriate certification and training to adequately support our students. Last summer, over 2,300 teachers attended our advanced academics professional development sessions. We offer flexible options for them, including after school, on weekends, asynchronously online, and we've partnered up with the Houston Area Cooperative to provide a wider range of topics. These efforts help us stay in compliance with the state of Texas. In addition to training teachers, our district admin team also train and present other teachers, other leaders in the greater Houston area, including the state level at the Gifted and Equity Conference and the national level at the AP Annual Conference. These experiences allow us to showcase our district, stay informed of the latest trends and best practices, and create valuable connections. At the secondary level, you can see the data for our AP program. It continues to increase equity and access for diverse kids for college-level courses. We had significant increases in the enrollment, total students, exams taken, AP scholars produced, and our Saturday prep sessions increased a whopping 73.8%, from 1,200 students all the way to 2,200 students. These teacher-led sessions help increase our number of AP exams passed to over 1,600. What that means is it roughly translates to about 5,600 credit hours in college, and that means about $2.6 million that we save our PISD families if they go to in-state universities, or $6.7 million if they decide to go out of state. Thank you to our board for their dedicated support in joining us at the AP celebrations. We pass out over $162,000 to students who pass the AP exams. We also have dedicated efforts to increase our student participation in our enrichment programs, such as the chess competition. We had over 874 students, over 47 campuses participate at our 3 events. This year, we had a record 58 clubs from the elementary to high school levels. Our 2023 Spelling Bee was a great success. All 57 campuses participated, including about 1,500 students that competed. Congratulations go out to our district winner and runner-up from Morris Middle School and Jackson Intermediate, who both went on to compete at the Houston Regional Competition. Our GT Showcase boasted over 280 projects from 56 different campuses, all beautifully displayed and explained by our phenomenally gifted students. The summer enrichment opportunities, such as the Summer Challenge Program and the GT Summer Camp, were filled to maximum capacity. It was exciting to see thousands of students who chose to immerse themselves in these fun learning experiences. And once again, our district had the most schools receiving state recognition from TEPSA. That's the campus student leadership teams. Among these 6 campuses, Teague Elementary and Fred Roberts Middle School were selected for national recognition, winning the 2023 American Student Council Association School of Excellence Award. The student participation in academic competitions continue to expand. Beyond the ones called pentathlon, octathlon, and decathlon, we have now introduced UIL A+ Academics, a competition where middle school and elementary students can compete in events such as music memory, oral reading, number sense, and chess puzzles. These participation numbers have increased significantly, and we have a lot more opportunities for our students at the younger grade levels. We know you've heard a lot of numbers today, but that only illuminates the tremendous work and student success that we've experienced last year. But of course, without our amazing teachers, our parents, our administrators, and the board for your strong support, this all would not be possible. I would also like to take this time to recognize and acknowledge two individuals who are very special. They work very tirelessly to support everyone, and that's Amanda Kahn, our GT specialist, and Pam Johnson, our GT coordinator. On behalf of the Advanced Academics Department, I'd like to say thank you for all of your dedicated support, and we are excited to continue this critical work for student success.
Thank you.
Great job. Thank you.
Okay, consideration and possible approval of the application for the TEA Missed Instructional Day waiver for Millstead Middle School. Motion by Ms. Morgan.
Second.
Second by Ms. Davila. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Consideration and possible approval of the 2023 U.S. Department of Justice Preventing School Violence, Stop School Violence Grant Award in the amount of $687,631.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Morgan, second by Mr. Kendrick. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Consideration and possible approval of the 2023-2024 Texas Education for Homeless Children and Youth Continuum Grant Award in the amount of $129,360. Motion by Ms. Morgan. Second by Mr. Kendrick. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Consideration and possible approval of the 2023-2024 Texas Governor's Office Criminal Justice Division Truancy Prevention and Intervention Grant Award in the amount of $75,000. Motion by Ms. Morgan.
Second.
Second by Mr. Kendrick. Any discussion?
Yes. Continue to amaze us with the amount of money you raise for our students. Appreciate you very much and your department.
Doing an amazing job.
Any other discussion? We can't hear you, Mr. Fernandez. You got to put your microphone in front of your face. No. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Consideration and possible approval of resolution regarding the employment or acceptance as volunteers of chaplains under Chapter 23.001 of the Texas Education Code. Motion by Ms. Morgan, second by Ms. Gonzalez. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Consideration and possible approval of a board resolution for designation, implementation of non-business days for purposes of the Texas Public Information Act for the 2023-2024 calendar year. So moved by Ms. Morgan. Second by Ms. Gonzalez. Any discussion?
So this is a new requirement for public information requests. We cannot deny filling those on days that we're off. So we had to only limit that to 10 days. And so those are outlined for you.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Consideration possible approval for 50 CTE students and 5 chaperones from the Sam Rayburn High School to travel to Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida to participate in the Disney Leadership and Initiative Innovation Workshop from April 20th to the 23rd, 2024. Motion by Ms. Morgan.
Second.
Second by Ms. Davila. Any discussion? Absolutely.
We are a proud sponsor out there.
Have fun. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Consideration and possible approval for the J. Frank Dobie High School Choir to travel to Orlando, Florida to perform and participate in a clinic from April the 3rd through the 8th, 2024. Motion by Ms. Morgan. Second by Ms. Davila. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Student achievements is for information only.
Clapping there.
Go ahead. We're going to move on to the financial section. Consideration and possible approval of budget amendment for September 2023.
I move that we approve the budget amendments.
Motion by Ms. Morgan,
Second.
second by Mr. Kendrick. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Consideration and possible approval of the 2023-2024 financial compliance schedule.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Morgan. Second. Ms. Davila. Any discussion?
I'm going to have Mr. Poppy, our CFO, come up and just kind of give you an overview of last year's financial compliance reviews and just talk for just a few minutes, answer any questions you might have.
Good evening, Board of Trustees, Dr. Powell, board members. And I just want to briefly highlight the Financial Compliance Department, all the hard work that they do. And it is just a department of 2 people. So I do want to recognize Leslie Rustin and Patty Huffman.
Stand up, ladies.
Over 60 campuses throughout multiple years. They're checking cash on campuses. They're looking at all the paperwork, all the requisitions that are coming through to make sure that we are compliant. And what they've really done over the last years, they went back and started doing the training with all the bookkeepers and all the campus secretaries and be able to educate them. So they've really embraced the coaching for excellence concept. And so very grateful for that. They're good at educating. There's an agency called Texas Education Agency that continues to change things on coding.
It's brand new or something.
So they keep us on our toes, and Leslie and Patty are reviewing everything and making sure that we're compliant and everything in the district. So very grateful for that. And then just the new bookkeepers and new secretaries that leave the district, they have to go and train them and educate them. So I want to highlight that and thank them for all the work that they do. And so I did pass out the work that they've done this past year, and then the action item tonight is for the schedule for the upcoming year. So thank you.
We do appreciate, Ben, you and your team, what y'all do. I know it's a monumental thing that you have to do, especially with just 2 people. So any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Move on to the operations section. Consideration possible approval of a resolution to declare 0.1236 acres as surplus property consisting of a portion of Gardens Elementary in Harris County, Texas, and the authorized sale to the Houston Parks Board for purposes of the construction of the Little Vince Bayou Greenway project in the amount of $6,310.
So, Mr. Phelan, if you'll just mention that the previous item was pulled, and if I could just say the reason for that was because they were able to sell that bond and get it refunded, if I'm saying that the correct way, Mr. Poppy, today before we had our meeting. That was this morning, and it was within the parameters that you had already set. So you're going to hear some great news about that very soon. So we pulled that item.
Yes, ma'am.
So we'll go on to this.
School District Unlimited Tax Refund item was pulled from the agenda. So, do I hear a motion?
So move.
Motion by Ms. Morgan. Second by Ms. Davila. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Consideration possible approval of a construction contract with ICI Construction, Inc. for the 2017 bond Transportation Center Replacement Project in the amount of $30,357,000.
So move.
Motion by Ms. Morgan.
Second.
Second by Mr. Kendrick. Any discussion?
Well, board members, as you can see, it came in significantly over budget, but Robert's sitting back there nervously waiting for your vote. Remember, just keep in mind, this was part of the 2017 bond, so there's been some time before the time that the budget was set, and of course now coming to your table today.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Robert can relax. Consideration and possible approval of a construction contract with Extra Light Manufacturing Ltd. for the 2022 Bond Parking Lot Lighting Upgrade LED Package 3 project in the amount of $740,578.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Morgan, second by Ms. Gonzalez. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Consideration possible approval of a final change order number 002 for the HVAC Upgrade Group 1 project in the credit amount of $21,671.
We love those credit amounts. I so
Absolutely.
moved.
Yes, ma'am. Motion by Ms. Morgan, second by Ms. Davila. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Can I just introduce one person
Yes,
that I
ma'am.
forgot to introduce, and I apologize. Again, I'm very excited about this building and this new meeting here. Alex Urbina, the superintendent for ICI Construction. You just approved the Transportation Center. Would you stand, sir? Okay, he's in the back. Thank you for being here, and I apologize for not throwing that in while we were talking about it. Thank you.
All right. Consideration possible approval of allowance expenditure authorization AEA number 04 for the Building Management Control System BMCS upgrades Group 1 project in the amount of $109,104.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Morgan, second by Ms. Gonzalez. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Consideration possible approval of change order number 001 for the 2022 bond program synthetic turf and McGuire Field project in the amount of $100,000. Motion by Mr. Kendrick, second by Ms. Morgan. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Consideration and possible approval of allowance expenditure authorization AEA number 01 for the synthetic turf at McGuire Field project in the amount of $48,000. So moved by Ms. Morgan, second by Mr. Kendrick. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Consideration and possible approval of construction contract with Ali Energy Solutions for the Pasadena Memorial High School Power Factor Correction Project included in the 2022 bond program in the amount of $37,000. Motion by Ms. Morgan,
Second.
second by Mr. Kendrick. Any discussion?
So we're excited about this, board members. We hope that it brings the savings that we believe it will to the district. So much like we pilot in our academic program something and see if it's working well and bringing good results, we're piloting this at Pasadena Memorial. And if it brings the results that we believe it will, we'll bring back more in the future to you.
Thank you, Dr. Powell. Any other discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Consideration and possible approval of an annual professional services consulting agreement with West Belt Surveying, Inc., not to exceed $50,000. Motion by Ms. Morgan, second by Ms. Davila. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Consideration and possible approval of a design services agreement with PBK Architects, Inc. for the Tegler Community School renovation project in the amount of $26,302 with a construction budget of $375,739 and a fund balance request of $402,041. Motion by Ms. Morgan, second by Ms. Gonzalez. Any discussion?
Okay. We are hoping this will help with some of the changes we've made with partnering Tegler and Community School together with safety, and we can also look for grants. So Olivia will probably be out there looking and scavenging for additional dollars in the grant department related to safety, but we appreciate you making this decision now.
Thank you. Always about the hair. All in favor?
What happened to yours? I
All
could
in
be
favor?
matching you
I'm not
real
going to say
soon.
anything. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Consideration and possible approval of change order number 004 for the new administration building replacement project in the amount of $250,000. Motion by Ms. Morgan, second by Mr. Kendrick. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We'll move on to the miscellaneous section. And public comments. Yes, ma'am. Public comments according to the BED local related to topics not listed on the agenda. There's a 30-minute allotment. This portion of the public comment is for speakers who are addressing topics not listed on tonight's agenda. We ask that all speakers refrain from using profane or vulgar language. Complaints about an individual student and or employee should seek resolution through the district's grievance process outlined in the applicable Pasadena ISD board policy, DGBA, FNG, or GF. Along those lines, we ask that speakers respect the privacy rights of others and, in doing so, refrain from naming employees and or students during the public comment portion of the agenda. Titles may be used instead. Remember, this it always gets me. Admonition goes for positive or negative remarks. Each person will be limited to a maximum of 3 minutes. Ms. Davila, will you do the 3 minutes, please? Ms. Davila will keep the time and will indicate when you have 1 minute left and when your time has expired. Our first speaker is Gay Hart. If I can bring you over to this podium to my left, you're right. And your time will start when you start speaking.
It came to our
you
attention
go.
that we wanted to make sure the public was aware of that, that drag queen story time is now allowed in all Texas public schools. We just got wind of that. That passed, and I called Austin today and spoke at the Governor Abbott's office, and what they recommend if we as Christians do not want this in our public schools, elementary, reading to our children, grandchildren, to call Austin, your representatives local here, and tell them that you support SB, Senate Bill 12, and that you do not approve of drag queen story time in public Texas schools. This can be in any public school right now. It is standing, it has passed. And so the representative at Governor Abbott is, again, please make your calls. We have to be active. Where's this one? Silence is not golden right now. It's about our children and our grandchildren, and we represent them right now. So if you're against this, we have to use our voices right now because it is passed. It is here. It's in limbo right now. We have judges up there intervening and trying to stop this, but right now it is allowed. It is, I don't know if, I have made calls to some of the schools and the superintendents, and they said they heard it was on the board, but they did not know it passed. So this is something we need to make ourselves aware of, and something that all Texans, all people need to do. And I think everyone might have got one of our cards, Journey with God, and 2 Chronicles 7:14. I'd like to end by what we need to do. 2 Chronicles 7:13 through 15. If my people, when I shut up the heavens so that there is no rain, or command locusts to devour the land.
1 minute.
Or send a plague among my people, COVID-19, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray, seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven, and I will forgive their sin, and I will heal their land. Now my eyes will be open and my ears attentive to the prayers offered in this place. I'm asking for everyone to be in prayer for our children. If you are against this, you need your voices heard in Austin, please. The numbers are available. We found at the grocery stores, you have the yellow pages. You open it up, the first one there is Governor Abbott and all the numbers you need to call in Austin. Make your voices heard for the children and the grandchildren of Texas. Amen. I have another minute. God bless everyone. This is who we represent. Prayer warriors unite. Let's unite in prayer. Amen.
Thank you, Ms. Hart. Angel Cortez. You're Angel, I'm sorry. And your time will start when you start speaking.
Good evening. And I think the one thing that we have to remember is that we're first a spirit and a body. We're not monkeys. We find it very divisive that this is kind of done at the end, though it was order number 2. A lot of things happen, as we see, behind our face and behind our backs, as we're just out here patting each other on the back and not remembering that we have a purpose, and our purpose is to remember that there's a result of refusing God. This is a devotional that I'm going to address a little bit, and it's on Romans 1:28. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a debased mind to do those things which are not fitting. There are consequences to all this, and we are not acknowledging that by actually here being given 3 minutes to speak. There's probably going to be about 4 or 5 speakers, and there's 30 minutes for this, but we're only allotted 3. We were just taken out of Houston City Hall because we went over our 3, and though it's not a court, it is something that they will push away us from. So we're losing our voice. And Texas, it's the last defense state in this entire country. As we lose our backbone of what Lone Star Spirit we were supposed to keep, this is going to become another California and Florida. And that is not what we're here for. Our board members are supposed to be representing what ethics of truth we should be keeping. I had quite a bit more to read. I didn't know we were going to be subjected to this, but the reality of what is folding in right before our eyes is that this democracy of mockery is more, as long as they keep printing more money and we keep going back to work because we're in debt and we have no other choice, we're the ones that are being devalued. And I think the time is showing clearly outside of what subjections we're all regulated by. So let's not pretend to think that this isn't going to bite us back later. I'm having to be picky and choosy here over what I wanted to read, but I'm trying to get to that last
1 minute
session of realizing how regulated we are, right? And so they say that here in the USA, we can all have it our own way. Now, here we are with no day to be able to say we are aware of what the forgotten order of truth, or even consider how far we are to remember there was always just one way. And his one way is still the only way we have. We can keep pretending that all this money that they're kind of saving or not is going to make any difference, but our boxes are still being subjected, and it's happening before our face. We know all this regulation. Houston just lost their whole school board, the whole school district, to what state is going to obligate. And to think of how this has started from 5 o'clock, and then comments for public hearing are basically held to the end. They do this. We watched Houston Mayor Turner pass out cupcakes for 2 hours.
Time.
And then
Thank
our
you, Mr.
time was
Cortez.
given up.
Thank you, sir.
Again,
Thank you.
we're losing our identity.
So just to be clear, the board comments that they take at the beginning are related to the agenda. So if you do have items related to the agenda, as we all know, they are heard at the beginning of the meeting. And then, of course, those that are not concerning the agenda are heard toward the end, just to keep our business moving toward completion. Of course, the topic that was brought up, board members, at the beginning, we all know that we do not have that as part of our curriculum. It's nowhere in our curriculum, and I'm so proud of our library services. Melissa Rippey, I see her out in the audience. She does a phenomenal job making sure that we are including our parents and our community and having a voice in what we teach our children. And so we're very proud of what we do on a daily basis in our classrooms. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Powell. I'd like to set the date for the regular meeting. Do I have a motion? Motion by Ms. Morgan. Second by Ms. Gonzalez. Tuesday, November 28th, 2023. Are there any other discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. There being no further business, we adjourn this meeting at 7:50 p.m.